One day, the Dragon City has been attacked by the alien creatures. Because of this, the Dragon City have been fallen after these alien creatures conquer them. A guy keeps trying to kill these alien creatures, but it's too impossible for him to eliminate them all alone. He trying his best to restrain the alien creature, but a golem caught him and severely damaged him. He was doubting if he can still fight these alien creatures after the damage he received. He wants to keep fighting these aliens, but one of the monsters that he hit earlier attacks him with its magical veins. Because of this, he can't do anything anymore and he's dying slowly. While he's being captive, he tells to his parents that he tried his best and he wasn't happy about it. After this, meteors have been falling down toward the city, resulting of the destruction of Dragon City. Suddenly, an old professor was mad teaching his students because no one paying attention at him and also about the topic that he's lecturing. Just a moment, our protagonist named Meng Chao woke up at his classroom and he's confused why he has classmate. Along this, he notices that he's not dead and he read the incoming entrance examination that will come in 50 days. This is because he returned as third-year student. His teacher notices him and scolded for his disturbance of the class. All of a sudden, he was so shocked that teacher Yan wasn't dead, making everyone shocked from what he said. His teacher was so mad, demanding an explanation about what he said. Meng Chao rushes toward his teacher, explaining that he has a nightmare about the Dragon City being attacked by ruthless alien creatures. Even the century-old homeland has been destroyed. Mr. Yan was so frustrated about him dying and about the destruction of the Dragon City. Because of this, he wants Meng Chao stands against the wall with a head up, chest out, stomach in and ass out. Meng Chao was skeptic how would he do that while he stands against the wall. Mr. Yan tells a story 50 years ago when the Dragon City came from the other world that had plagues tormenting them and zombies are rampaging city. After the zombie, a fog have arrives and the monster shows its appearance, making the countless martyrs sacrifice their lives to eliminate these monsters. So, he asked Meng Chao if they submit these monsters, and Meng Chao answered him respectfully that they didn't submit to these monsters and Dragon City was not destroyed. Mr. Yan told him that the Earthlings are the most ones who are the most ruthless in the world. The students were so overwhelmed about this, and suddenly one student stand up from what Mr. Yan said. He was motivating them to study hard to become superhuman and rise up the Dragon City. He encouraged the students that Earth will win from those aliens. Meng Chao notices that he might have grudge against him. In his previous life, he missed the college entrance examination because the class rep injured his internal organs. However, when Dragon City began the war of races, he actually fled from the battle and sold them out. He calls the class rep with a gnarly looking, and suddenly he apologized for what he said and praising his class rep to point out his mistakes. After this, in order to spare him by Mr. Yan, he needs to do the dragon hibernation stance until the class ends. Everyone was laughing at him for underestimating him and thinking he just acts cool. Even the class rep was expecting that he deserves the punishment. After getting ready, Meng Chao started to do the dragon hibernation stance and did it so well. Because of this, everyone was so shocked, even Mr. Yan. His classmates that underestimating him notices that his stance was much better than the class rep. Meng Chao begs for excusing him to do that because his movement aren't perfect. Mr. Yan ignores him and he go back to his lecture. The class rep feels embarrassed after what Meng Chao did. While he is on his stance, he saw something from his eyes. A system that loads in his vision, and suddenly the system showed up something. That kindling has been bound successfully, and the host identity was verified as Meng Chao, the fire relayer. This fire reminds him from his nightmare when the Dragon City is destroyed. This flame gushed out of the center of city and entered to his body. The system congratulates him on becoming the fire relayer of their civilization. Along with this, he was rewarded with 10,000 initial contribution points. The system wants to automatically upgrade him at his best state. Meng Chao's injuries can't do anything about his injuries from the past years, but because of the system he was able to recover from his injury. Just a moment, the system stops because he only has 3 contribution points left. He is confused how come he earned the contribution points. Mr. Yan dismissed the class and everyone was so shocked after he hold the dragon hibernate stance for a long period of time. Meng Chao was so drained because the fire consumed his energy to repair his body and awakening of his skill. All of a sudden, his best friend named Chu Feixian came up to compliment him after thinking that he is training the dragon hibernation stance himself without him. Meng Chao forgot his money, so he wants Chu to buy his food and pay it tomorrow. But Chu was skeptic from him being generous and thinking Meng Chao must tricking him. He encouraged Chu as his half-brother so he wouldn't lie at him. Because of this, Chu was so happy and let him to borrow his money. Meng Chao eat a lot of food with Chu's budget. Because of this, Chu was so mad tries to attack him. But all of a sudden, Meng Chao's instinct worked. He accidentally hit Chu to stop him and Chu ran away back to their class. While walking, Meng Chao saw a street sweeper spills the rubbish. He decided to help the lady. In just a moment, his contribution points increased by 0.001. This is due to protecting the environment and promoting Dragon City sustainability. So, he realizes that's how he earns contribution points. As he goes back to his class, he is so bored from the class. Chu asks him about killing Mr. Yan and about himself if he become a great general and fight until his last moment. Meng Chao explained that he didn't kill Mr. Yan. Indeed, he saw him scattered by the monster, and as for Chu, he is doubting what would tell him. He either tell that Chu was a fat bear that in front line in the end, or was the monster war that about to escalate. But he changes the topic and not tell him about what would he become. Both of them dreaming. Chu wants to get in military school to become a general, while Meng Chao wants to get in college to become a superhuman. The next class, at the language class, everyone was waiting for their teacher Huang. Suddenly their class rep announced that their teacher Huang was sick and calls everyone to cultivation room for a self-study. As they walking at the hallway, their class rep was observing them talking to each other, and all of a sudden he scolded them for chit-chatting. Shu was so irritated by their class rep's attitude, but Meng Chao stops him to bear it for a while. They finally reach cultivation center to start their self-study. They must pick their own cultivation module and proceed to cultivating. Meng Chao wants to start a punching machine, and as he starts to punch it, he becomes clumsy because of the energy that consumed by the fire earlier to heal his wounds. Meng Chao rests for a while. He's watching Chu and suddenly, he smiled. Chu thinks that Meng Chao making fun of him, but Meng told him that he can't unleash his power in cultivation. Chu thinks that Meng Chao is just flexing at him, but he misunderstood that Meng Chao wasn't picking at him. Meng Chao invites him to go at the toilet. When they get inside that toilet, Meng Chao demands to take Chu's clothes to research at his muscle. Chu was so shocked, but he explains that his reckless bull force was circulated until it reaches below his ribs. Meng Chao asks he feels sharp pain at the sole of his foot to his knees, and Chu was so shocked that he knows about this. It means that he is halfway of the power running to his body when he uses reckless bull force, and he keeps training blindly. He might suffer to osteoporosis. Chu begs for Meng Chao to save him, and Meng Chao actually going to help him with the fire. After a few minutes, Chu feels that his power increases at least 3%, and Meng Chao wants him to try it. Suddenly a fire spark showed up in front of Meng Chao. The fire pops up, notifying him that Chu's basic technique along his learning progress at 10% and receiving 10 contribution points after helping Chu. This builds him an idea that he can teach the dragon citizen with a martial art to receive a contributed to civilization. The fire shows a list of skills that he may upgrade because this is the reward of his first contribution. After thinking rationally, he chooses the basic gun skill because it's the most expensive one, and this upgrade was only free. They go back the cultivation to try Chu's maximum punching strength. Chu tries to focus his power, and all of a sudden someone stopped them to use the punching force gauge. It was their class representative who stopped them after they sneaking out the cultivation and suddenly wanting to test their punching strength. Chu was so furious about how Zuo acting like as their teacher. Zuo was downing him and wanting to show as the reckless bull force must do. Meng Chao stops Chu from being mad and must focus for the information that they could learn. Zuo was getting ready to do the reckless bull force, and as he punches the punching machine, he lands a powerful blow with 225 kilogram force. Every girl was admiring her from achieving the class record of punching machine. After Zuo shows his record to Chu and Meng Chao, some of their classmates stopping him to try the punching machine. But Meng Chao persuade him to try it on his own. Chu was so furious that even Zuo stop him, he don't hold back. Chu throws away Zuo after blocking way to use the punching machine, and Zuo was so shocked he gets stronger. Chu charges his punch to do the reckless bull force, and as he punches the machine, he lands powerful punch that even the machine lift up. Chu overtook their class rep's record, and also, he achieves class new record. He can't believe that his punch was so powerful than before. Suddenly Meng Chao acts to praise Chu for practicing the super reckless bull without him and promote him that he overpowered their class representative. Meng Chao asked Chu for teaching him the super reckless bull even though he's the one teaches it to Chu. But Meng Chao tells to Chu that don't tell anything that he know to everybody before the exam because he want to use cultivation resources to pay their fee to Chu. So, Meng Chao still begging for him to help him and the other encouraged to learn from him. By spreading his influence, the contribution of Dragon Citizen also increases, so he would be benefit from it. This way it results of his suggestion becomes the classmates more united, and his classmates are urging to learn, which could lead to more scoring good grades. All of a sudden he told to everyone that Chu was so unselfish and not elected as class representative because of this Zuo's reputation starting to fall down. Meng Chao was trying to help him and apologizing from what he said but didn't take it. Zuo swears that he will make sure that he won't be able to enroll to any university. After the class, they split 30% for Chu and 70% for Meng Chao. Chu asks about where he obtained the skill, but Meng Chao doesn't want to tell the truth about him, so he tries to make an excuse. They split their way back home, but Meng Chao stays because his past life he didn't like the mist because the mist sealed Dragon City and stop humans from Earth to go around killing monsters. Along with this, he doesn't really like the city. Building is way too dense. Streets are also crowded, and lastly, cultivation stress was too large. The youngsters secretly read books regarding Earth and watch the movie about Earth. The students every day only have 2 lessons of physical education, but can get countless language and math lessons. The adults needs to work for 8 hours every day to earn large amount of money, live in a big house, and eat luxurious food. But it was the Earth that they can't return, and a hellish nightmare about to come at them. Just a moment, the reckless bull is being passed down throughout Citizen, and the whole Dragon City's overall power increases. All of a sudden, an announcement was reported for them that the city will be entered by monsters on an urban area. The monster will be predicted at north side where factory area was. When he's on the home, a bus came up, and unlucky for him, the bus was bypassed him. He got hard time to tide the bus, but lucky for him, he caught up. He finally arrived at Hulin area where he lives. Suddenly her sister came up asking for help to carry the bucket full of meat. As he greeted her, his nightmare came up again. He saw her sister with menace-looking creature as a black darkness witch. This girl steps at his face, and suddenly he woke up from his nightmare. His sister was so mad after he make an unexpected reaction to his sister. Because of curiosity, he asked her sister if she will step at him if she obtains her power. Her sister denies that she won't do anything cruel to his brother, but in inner self she will step at him as hard as she can. Meng Chao asked again she's satisfied with him or mad, and answered again that she's satisfied at him, and again at her inner self she's unsatisfied at him as a bad brother. Meng Chao was satisfied with her answer, so he's confident at her. But she's curious who made her sister as Black Darkness Witch. As they got home, he's surprised by her mother with a spring roll. Because of too much joy, he cries while eating his food. Because of the noise outside of their house, his father demands to check the news at their television. At 8:50 p.m. the Battle Crab team will complete North City's arrangement. Their large metal crab is Dragon City's most advanced battle machine. As they watching, suddenly their TV turned off itself. All of a sudden, an earthquake happens at their place. This was caused by the monsters that coming at their area. A bug-type monsters arrive at their area. For a short period of time, the machines restrain the bugs' movement. Unfortunately, the monsters manage to reach the machine that protects them. These bugs suddenly evolve into a flying flame bug. His father gives him a gun to protect themselves from incoming intrusion. Meng Chao was ready to shoot the bugs, but all of a sudden the fire shows up again with an indication of activating the first combat mission, where he needs to kill 10 fire flame armor bug and 3 flying bug. He agreed to activate the mission, and he used his skill, basic shooting skill. He started to aim at the bugs and shoot it simultaneous. He managed to kill some of the bugs, and he received credits along the proficiency increased by 0.8%. Time to time he keeps killing the bugs without an ease, and his previous life's shooting sense gradually coming back. He remembers that there's one more mysterious monster that didn't appear yet. He keeps looking for the monster, and as he finds the monster, it was too late for him. Since his current basic shooting skill level, it can't even hurt the beast bug. The guards are trying to restrain the movement of the bugs to stop them reaching the resident building. Meng Chao rushing to kill the bugs to improve his shooting skill before the monster awakened. His father calls him to evacuate, but he insists to stay at the building because he knows what was that beast bug. The beast bug empowers the flame bugs to be more powerful. After killing several flames bugs, he finally completes his first mission and obtained 15 credit point. He makes his proficiency max to upgrade as his basic shooting skill to be master rank. His first mission's reward is confirmed, and his basic shooting skill upgraded to perfect rank. Because of this skill, he can finally see the weak points of the bug. He reloads his gun with armor breaker bullet. Unfortunately, he can't reload because he forgot to refit the gun. The monster spotted his location. It's about to attack him. While the monster attacking their place, he remembered that Xiao Cao was helping to kill the monster, but her loud gunshot attracted the beast bug. Because of this, her mother was seriously injured and hospitalized, and followed by bad luck, so Xiao Cao becomes guilty, and that time he planted the seed of blackness. Because of desperation, he shoots the bug multiple times. The bug was so pissed and started to charge its power on its mouth. But Meng Chao was waiting this perfect time. He used his basic gun technique perfect level while the monster charging. A huge explosion happened to its face, making the monster fall. The guards reported that the beast bug was be killed by Meng Chao and ordering to kill the smaller bugs. Meng Chao slowly fall unconscious from what he did. As everyone trying to help him, he thinks that his nightmare won't happen again. But he realized that the kill message wasn't show up after he shoot, meaning the monster was probably a lie. Even he is so injured after what he did last time, he stands up and desperate to kill the monster to change the fate. As he going to use the reckless bull to kill the monster, someone pierced the monster's head, leading to its death. It was the super being that arrived to the city before the destruction happened. Because of what he did for stalling and making the important role in the defense, he was awarded with 1,978 credit points along the awaken of his basic skill Dragon Snake Aura and a beginner harvest skill. Because of the nutrient liquid that he eats from his mother cooked, he can move. He wants to be stronger as soon as possible to avoid chaotic things to happen. He opens the tender to see the exchange list. He saw the harvest skill that he can afford from his credit points. He exchanges beginner harvest skill. Just a while he learned the harvest skill. Along with this, he upgrade his beginner harvest skill to profession rank. Profession rank of harvest skill and perfect rank of shooting skill is a good combo for his situation. In his past, most of the monster wasn't evolving yet, means he was the only person who understand the most in Dragon City. Thanks for watching. We hope we entertain you and enjoy the content we have provided. We update our channel regularly with manhwa content, so make sure you subscribe for more. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts. Lastly, we would love to hear from you, so don't hesitate to reach out with any questions or feedback. Until next time, take care and stay safe.